So I want to welcome you guys to Algebra 1.1, right? This is the semester one, and you guys are here because you need to be here, right? This is like a second chance, a last chance. So I do record everything I do in class, all right? That's for your benefit, so you'll be able to watch this at home off of YouTube or Edmodo. We'll talk about that in a bit. But before anything, let's tell you a little bit about myself. I've been working here at Southwest since the year 2000. Yep, I'm old. I went to IVC for 2.5 years. From there, I transferred to UCSD up in La Jolla in San Diego, and I graduated from there in 2000. So when I graduated, I immediately got hired with an emergency credential. And then I went through and I got my master's degree and my teaching credential through National University. I'm married, I have a beautiful wife, 4 kids. Wait a minute, I might as well show you who they are. Here we go. So there I am, there's my wife, and here are all my boys. Yep, got a lot of boys. This guy is the youngest one, he's Marky. He's 2.5 right now. Ricky, he's a sophomore right here, he has a silly face. That's Daniel. He's gonna turn 7 later on this month. That's me. And that's Paul. Paul is 8 years old. So those are all the boys in my life. And I have some silly pictures here. Looking to the side. Crazy face. That guy's cute, right? Angry face. That guy. That guy looks like he's going to the bathroom. Okay. Anyway, back to the syllabus here. So what I need you guys to do is to forget about your past negative math experiences, right? Obviously, we're here because we didn't have a great time semester one last semester, right, in Algebra 1. So let's just forget about those negative experiences. We're going to start over, start fresh. We're going to start from the bottom, adding and subtracting, positive and negative numbers, move on to multiplying. I do recommend every single one of you to practice your multiplication tables. As a matter of fact, I'm considering making a test, a 100-point test on multiplying, all right, without a calculator, okay? Yeah, it's easy. So it's an easy A plus, right? From 1 to 12, right? Now, I know some of us are like, oh, I don't know all my multiplication tables. That's all right, because you're going to have all semester, right? As long as at some point you pass it, it'll be 100% A plus and it'll bump up your grade. Okay, so it's not I got an A or a B or a C. It's either I got an A plus or I didn't pass it. And everybody by the end of the semester is going to pass that, right? Because it's very important that we learn how to multiply before moving on to more advanced concepts in algebra or in Algebra 2. Anyways, to go back to the syllabus here. What do you need in this class? For sure, you need a notebook. All right, you need a notebook, preferably a bound composition book or a spiral notebook. I don't really like the 3-ring binders, but if that's your thing, go ahead, right? So you need a notebook and you need a pencil or a pen, but you need something to write with and something to write on every single day in class. So this is what I prefer, the composition books. That way the pages do not rip out as easy. So we do need a notebook. It is technically part of our homework. In the back part of the classroom, we have this disgusting homework board. Algebra 1 will be the one on the left. Algebra 2 is on the right, but you guys are Algebra 1. So the homework for today is to sign up for Edmodo. We'll talk about that in a little bit. We're also going to get a parent signature on the syllabus and get a notebook, which some of you already have. Okay, so what else? Things that would be nice to have for the class. You don't need this, all right? But it would be nice if you had a highlighter, if you had different colored pens, right? If you had whiteout, if you use pens, have a whiteout to erase your mistakes. Scissors, you don't have to have scissors. Tape or glue sticks, and also scientific calculator. I have all of this for you. Every single one of these items I have for you in class. Actually, the pens, I'm not going to have pens or pencils for you, but I definitely have scissors, tape, I have calculators. So I have all this, so you don't have to go out and buy any of this stuff except something to write with and something to write on. Things you must do immediately. You need to sign up for Remind, the texting app, and the instructions are right here in class. Let me show you a picture of the board. So if you have a cell phone, I want you to send a text message right now or later on from home, whatever you want, send a text message to the phone number 81010. All right, so on the number, you're going to put 81010. And if you're in my period 3 class right now, you're going to send this message. The message is the @ symbol, 44HB34, all lowercase, no spaces altogether, @ 44HB34. You send that text message to the phone number 81010, and you will get a response asking you for your name and first name and last name, and please put in your real name. If you're in my period 4 class, you're going to send this message to the phone number 81010, and you end up signing up for my Remind app. That way I could send you guys text to remind you, hey, there's a quiz tomorrow. Hey, we're turning in notebooks tomorrow. Not only that, you guys are able to text me whatever questions you have. Salgado, I'm not going to be there. I'm sick. Could you send me the homework? So it's a means of communicating without us knowing each other's phone numbers. So this is a great thing to do. I want you to do that tonight for homework as well, right? So sign up. If you have a cell phone, you can take it out right now and you could sign up right now. If you want to do it from home, you can do it from home. Okay, so let's go back to see what else we need to do. We also need to sign up for Edmodo at edmodo.com using the group code. Let me get you the group code. So here's a picture of my teacher computer screen, and what I need you to do is to jot down this code. This is for period 3, okay, for period 3. Period 3. The code is KRHA9C, all lowercase, KRHA9C. So here are the codes. If you're in my period 3 class, it's KRHA9C. If you're in my period 4 class, it's GIUJIV, all lowercase. So what is Edmodo? It's kind of like a Facebook, but for the class, right? It's like an online class. I post the videos that I'm recording. I post homework assignments, post messages, sometimes online quizzes. So we need to go to edmodo.com tonight and sign up. You're going to create an account. It's a free account. Create an account as a student, obviously, and they're going to ask you for a group code. And your group code, if you're in this class period 3, is going to be KRHA9C. If you're in my period 4 class, the group code will be GIUJIV. It's appropriate, or it's important that you sign up for the appropriate class. That way I'll know which class period you're in. And the third thing that you must do, actually you don't have to do, this is the optional one. This is the only optional one. The first 2 you have to do. You have to sign up for Remind if you have a cell phone. If you don't, let me know and I'll check you off. And you also have to sign up for Edmodo. Even if you don't have internet at home, you could sign up from the student computer at the back. So you need to do Remind and you need to do edmodo.com. But the third thing, the optional one, is to search my name, Ricardo Salgado Math, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, right? That's optional, but highly recommended. So just in case you're having problems logging on to Edmodo, you could just search, or if you're subscribed, you'll be able to get my videos that I upload on a regular basis on YouTube. All right, so classroom rules. Number 1, be on time, right? We want you to be on time. I have not had problems with tardies. Don't expect to start now, right? So be on time, please. Be prepared. What do I mean by be prepared? You need to have your 2 things. What are they? Notebook and something to write with, right? Notebook and something to write with, okay? So be prepared. Number 3, follow instructions. Do me a favor, everybody stand up. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. Everybody sit down. Perfect, you followed instructions. Thank you very much for participating. Okay, number 4, use appropriate language, okay? No bad words. I hate bad words. When I hear bad words, it makes me want to say bad words. We don't want that, right? No bad words at all right? I know some of us we say bad words naturally. I don't know, maybe your parents say bad words. I'm not judging, right? But if it feels natural for you to say it, just switch it up, right? Like mother trucker or something. Nothing, no bad words. Son of a biscuit, I don't know. But if you have to, just do something that's nice. That's not foul language. Anyway, what else? Keep hands and feet and other objects to yourself. Obviously, some of us have friends in here. You guys might be pushing each other around. Don't do that. No punching, no throwing papers at each other, none of that stuff, right? hands, feet, other objects to yourself. Classroom procedures. When I raise my hand, you say shh, right? Okay? So whenever I do this, you guys go shh. Okay? So let's practice right now. Okay? What? That was horrible. Everybody, as loud as you could, like shh. All right? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Cool. Okay. Everybody though. Louder. What's your name? What's your name? What'd you say again? Jahadri. Yeah. You're not shh. Let's go louder, right? When I raise my hand. Here we go. So anytime I raise my hand, you guys go as loud as you could. You guys aren't going as loud as you could. Whenever I raise my hand, you guys go. Doesn't matter if I'm right in the middle of a sentence, you guys are gonna, whenever I, okay, cool. Number 2, respect and be positive. Be polite, encourage each other, all right? If there's a math problem up on the board and I ask you to do 3 plus 2 and you put 7, don't call that person dumb or anything like that, right? You want to be supportive, you want to be encouraging, all right? So no negative comments to anybody, okay? We want to stay in your seats at all time. Use common sense. If there's a fire, please get up and run out, yeah? But if I'm teaching up here, I'm doing a lesson and you want to throw away some trash, don't just get up and cross right through the front. You know, use common sense. If you want, you could just go throw it away at the trash can at the back. That way you don't cross through the front. What else? No cell phones, iPods, tablets, or any music devices visible in class unless instructed otherwise. So there will be times that I will let you to listen to music if you're done with the quiz or something like that, with headphones obviously. But for the most part, let's have our cell phones in our pockets or in our bags and have them on vibrate, on silent mode. So let's flip it over to the backside. This is the important part. The breakdown of the semester grade, okay? 70% of your grade comes from some type of quiz or test, right? An assessment. 30% of your grade comes from quizzes, 37% from tests, 12% from final exam, 8% from the midterm, and 10% from other, which is your notebook. All right, so at some point I will collect the notebook. That's where you do your homework. That's where you take notes. Anything that I give you, you're gonna glue stick it or tape it into your notebook. So you should have a giant fat notebook by the end of the semester. But we'll talk about notebooks tomorrow. Just remember that that notebook is roughly 10%. It's like a letter grade. So don't blow it off. Don't say that you're not gonna do it. Homework assignments or classwork, I am not going to collect them on a regular basis, all right? I'm not going to collect them on a regular basis. Usually I give you a worksheet and on the back side your answers are right there, okay? That's not so you could just copy down the answers. That's so you could try to do the math and check your work, see if you're doing it right, okay? So you're going to put that in your notebook, you're going to do your work in your notebook, and when I collect your notebooks, which is probably like once every month, once we're done with the unit, I will be checking for your homework assignments then. But it's not like we're turning it in every day. What else? Tests and quizzes, they're worth a lot, obviously. So a lot of us freak out about that. Don't, because if you flunk a test or a quiz, you could retake it. Okay, you could retake it, just make arrangements with me, and you could retake it. Not only that, I cut you a couple of other breaks. The lowest score possible on any test or quiz this first 9-week period is going to be a 40% F. So let's say I give you your first quiz on Friday, you get every single question wrong, you even misspell your name. It's not going to be a 0%, it's going to be a 40%. Pretty cool, right? Okay, that way your grade doesn't get so far low that you can't bring it back up. So we're going to keep it at a 40% minimum the first 9 weeks. The second 9 weeks, the second half of the semester, right before summer break, that's where your lowest score possible is a 30%. So it drops a little. The assistance that I'm giving you drops a little. So I don't expect anybody to be getting 20% or 10%. Hopefully you guys are all acing this class, all right? That's what I believe. My goal is to get every single one of you to pass with a C or better, not D's and not F's. I want you guys to pass knowing what you're doing here. And if you just give me a chance and you pay attention and you participate, I know you can do that. We could do that together. Again, you could retake tests. You cannot retake the midterm or the final. Obviously, those are benchmark exams from the district. What else? I do recommend that you retake a quiz or test immediately, right? Within 1 week, because we're going to keep building and building off of the previous lessons. So you don't want to flunk quiz 1 and then wait 2 months later and say, oh, I want to go back and retake quiz 1. You don't want to do that, right? You want to retake it as soon as possible. Technically, you could if you wanted to, like, hey, Salgado, I want to retake this quiz that was last month. I guess maybe if you have a good reason for not doing it earlier, I could do that for you. But let's try to retake quizzes and tests within 1 week or as quickly as possible. Oh yeah, quizzes and tests. Whatever score you get on a quiz or test, doesn't matter if it's an A or an F, if you do the corrections, I will give you a 5% extra credit boost. So that's half a letter grade right there. So like, let's say you get an 88% because you missed 4 questions on a quiz. If you correct those 4 questions with a written explanation, it'll go up from an 88 to a 90, 3, right? So it'll definitely help you out. So I expect you guys to be doing corrections as well. A 55 F could go up to a 60% D minus. So 5% boost, that's great for doing corrections. That's what it explains right here. Extra credit on quizzes and tests. Corrections on assessments. It must be worked out with a complete written explanation of what you did wrong and all of the steps you do to do it correctly, with an explanation on each step. When you do the explanations, I want it done in complete sentences and grammatically correct. Anyways, it'll boost your score by 5%. So take advantage of that, please. Please have your parents sign it and you sign it also. And you're going to place this in your notebook on the front cover. We'll talk about that tomorrow. So do this tonight. This is also part of your homework. The syllabus, the signatures, and getting a notebook itself, and signing up for Edmodo.